today is week 2. Welcome back again. And this is our objective for this whole month. It's all about your whole dietary pattern. It's just not about the berries. It's not about the cruciferous vegetables that we'll discuss today. It's your entire dietary pattern and making your plate plant focused, moving a little ahead from that half your plate of plants to two-thirds of your plates plant is the objective of our session today. So you will learn how to incorporate evidence-based recommendations to prevent cancer recurrence for us survivors. At least 3 ways, you will actually have 4 ways, but at least 3 ways that you can incorporate plant foods that are cancer preventative. And then, as you are experimenting through these weeks, you gain confidence on how to make it doable for your unique life, right? So that's the objective here. A quick recap of last week. One of our divas successfully did the challenge, but she was not here. But last week, it was about the AICR recommendation, American Institute of Cancer Research recommendation, and their first recommendation is to eat a plant-forward diet, right? Include lot of plants. As I mentioned, it's just not half of your plate of plants. It's 2/3 of your plate plant, basically. All of this are plant and there is a teeny weeny of animal protein there. So that's the objective. And today, we will be getting into cruciferous vegetables and how they influence cancer prevention, and we will see what are some research-based recommendation and how to incorporate it. As part of how to incorporate it, I have a kale pesto pasta today. That's the recipe. It should be there in front of each of you. And I also have another cool handout on how to enjoy cruciferous vegetables. It's a 2-part handout. I will make a conscious choice to go over it as we move through our presentation today. Cruciferous vegetables are, for some of us, might taste bitter. For some of us, it might taste okay. But one of the objectives through our session today is to see how to make the bitter tasting cruciferous vegetables tasty and yummy so that we can incorporate it as part of your eating pattern, right? This is the outline for our session today. We will do a quick overview of cruciferous vegetables. I'm sure I'm not the first person talking about it. Talk to any dietitian, they'll bring up cruciferous vegetables, right? We will see what biochemical or bioactive compounds they have. It's not a chemistry class. I have tried my best to break it down to very easy understandable so that you know why, right? I am a strong believer that when the person in front of me understands the why, then they are going to make efforts to incorporate it. We are all logic minded. So the objective of the second point is to give you chemistry in layman terms. And then look at what is the evidence on how cruciferous vegetables are potent to prevent cancer. Look at what are the dietary recommendation, and then I have the demo today, okay? And yeah, there are some curious experiments today too that I am doing. So before we even get to cruciferous vegetables, last week we discussed about phytochemicals, right? Phytochemicals are compounds that are naturally occurring in plants. They are Mother Nature's way to protect the plant from the natural hazards, right? So that's why they are called phytochemicals, right? Another way you can look at it is like phytochemicals, fighting chemicals, right? So they are known to reduce risk of lot of chronic diseases, of course, including cancer. They are packed with antioxidants. Each cell in our body is like a small machine, right? And with every machine comes wear and tear, right? So these antioxidants are substances that prevent damage to cells from those free radicals. The free radicals are like rust on top of any metal, basically iron. So that's the comparison, or that's the analogy that I like to give to for you to understand what those free radicals are, and each of us produces it. And so those antioxidants are those phytochemicals that prevent damage to the cells from those free radicals that are produced in your body. All phytochemicals are antioxidants. Phytochemicals meaning color. So any color that you can include as part of your plate is going to be an antioxidant. Any plant color that you can include in your plate. Okay, so that's the idea behind phytochemicals. As I mentioned, these are available only in plants, in fruits, in vegetables, in whole grains. And a colorful plant-rich diet will help you incorporate a wide range of antioxidants, right? So what are the different categories of antioxidants or phytochemicals? Carotenoids are the orange, yellow colored ones. Flavonoids, there is a bunch of them, around 6,000 flavonoids. So, I cannot count what all colors, but basically they are there in a lot of plants. Polyphenols in grapes, basically dark red, purplish, plants or fruit or vegetables will have polyphenols. Today, we will be concentrating on indoles that are part of cruciferous vegetables. Lignans are there in flax seeds, in hemp seeds. Those are another category of phytochemicals. And curcuminoids are there in turmeric, curcumin basically, right? So that's 10,000 feet view of, what are antioxidants and what are phytochemicals. As I mentioned, carotenoids are those bright orange, red colored. They are also present in some form of kale, but carotenoids are usually those bright colored stuff. Polyphenols are in grapes. Wine is just a symbolic representation of it. There are better ways to get the polyphenols if you are someone who is able to tolerate green tea. Green tea has polyphenols. It's called EGCG. That's what the polyphenol is there. I know each one of us likes chocolate. Dark chocolate does have polyphenol in it. So if you want to enjoy chocolate, have a piece of dark chocolate with some dates or nut of your choice, and you get polyphenols as part of your eating pattern, and that chocolate kind of hits a certain part in your brain too, right? As I said, today we will concentrate a lot on indoles. Brussels sprout, bok choy, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard. Those are the plants that have indoles in considerable amounts. Lignans, as I mentioned, are in flax seeds, in some lentils, cashews, pumpkin seeds, and then curcuminoid is present in, turmeric root or turmeric powder, right? So, overview of cruciferous vegetables. We are going to introduce the common varieties of cruciferous vegetables, highlighting the nutrients that they have. So, what are the common cruciferous vegetables? None of these are foreign to any of us, right? Broccoli and cauliflower are the most popular ones. Broccoli is very easy to cook. It's nutrient rich. There is those leafy greens variety. I missed mentioning one of them, cabbage, green cabbage, purple cabbage. And if you were there in one of my balance your blood sugar series, we did a sauteed cabbage, right? Just take the shredded cabbage and saute it with some turmeric to kind of combine many of those phytochemicals. So green leaf varieties are also very yes.
Does it matter how you cook them for
We will get to it, right? So kale and cabbage are some of the common varieties in the leaf greens. There are other cruciferous vegetables, Brussels sprout. For any of you, if you don't like the bitterness that comes with some of these vegetables, bok choy is a neutral cruciferous vegetable. Have you ever tasted bok choy? Yeah, it's a small, it's called Chinese cabbage. You will see it in HEB very close to, or I have seen very close to the purple cabbage, the green cabbage, and all of that. It looks like a small stalk. If I go back, I think I can show you how it is. This one. This is bok choy. So it looks like a small plant by itself. Okay. No, you can cook the whole thing. You just need to steam it, a little bit of salt. Tastes really good. It's not bitter at all. It has a neutral, it's very crunchy, it has an earthy flavor, and comes together in like a couple of minutes. That's all you need. Yeah. Brussels sprouts are very yummy. Of course, they are a little on that bitter side. And if you add some lemon to it, the bitterness kind of goes away. Okay. Key nutrients. The essential vitamins in all cruciferous vegetables are A, C, and K. They are high in dietary fiber, helps you go, helps in digestion, helps build that healthy gut. And the specific phytochemical that we will go deep into today, at least a little deep into today, is indole. Another name for that is glucosinolate. Okay, so these are precursors, meaning glucosinolate is the essential compound that makes lot of antioxidant enzymes in your body. And as cancer survivors, right, we don't need any of those rusting in any of our cells, right? We also don't need any toxins or carcinogens, staying in our body. So that glucosinolate is that key compound, or indole is that key compound that has lot of potential to actually start a cascade of antioxidant, anti-inflammatory biochemical reaction in your body, right? So never say never to cruciferous vegetables, okay? And they are also very rich in folate. Folate is B9. It's one of the B vitamins. It's very rich in folate, and it's very important to support cell function. It's a key compound that goes into building your DNA, right? DNA is very integral to each of our cells. So it's a very key component there. Moving on, what are the cancer fighting properties in the cruciferous vegetables? Glucosinolates, they are very potent in protecting our cells from DNA damage, and they do inhibit tumor growth, right? Very, 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 very key for us. There are, the compounds, the glucosinolate, as I mentioned, actually starts a cascade of reaction that helps in preventing tumor growth, in actually cutting those blood vessels that might promote, tumor growth. It also helps in, we call it apoptosis. It's programmed cell death, right? Not allowing that tumor to grow, but to actually have that cell die, right? And it supports detoxification, meaning, removing carcinogens, any toxins that are floating around in your body from away through your poop, your pee, and all those mechanisms that our body has. It has anti-inflammatory effects. As I said, it's packed with antioxidants, and sulforaphane is one of the compounds that gets formed in response to that glucosinolate hitting your cells, right? So that sulforaphane actually reduces any chronic inflammation in your body and also prevent that oxidative stress. It plays a key role in protecting your heart, your cardiovascular health. It might, help lower that LDL cholesterol and improve the flexibility or elasticity of your blood vessels. Bone health, very key for all of us, right? Especially after cancer treatments. These cruciferous vegetables are rich in vitamin K and calcium, right? So dairy is not the only source to get your calcium. These cruciferous vegetables have a good dose of calcium in a serving, around 400 to 500 milligram of calcium, and they do come with vitamin K. That green color is an indication of vitamin K. So vitamin K and calcium together makes it more available for our bones to grow and get stronger. Okay, yeah.
Quick question. So the broccoli does also has all those nutrients
Yeah.
benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah, it has all the vitamins that I mentioned. It has glucosinolate, it has indole, it also has that sulforaphane. So it has all of that in it, right? Any of those cruciferous vegetables that we mentioned, all of them have it basically. So if you don't like one, go for the other one, right? Glucosinolate. They are only found in cruciferous vegetables, and as I said, it is the precursor to form bioactive components in your body, and they do play a key role in keeping your DNA healthy, right? DNA is the code. No, DNA produces that code to actually manufacture many proteins in your body. So the glucosinolate plays a key role in protecting your cells from any DNA damage, and some of the bioactive substances that are formed in your body once that glucosinolate gets into your cell is sulforaphane, thiocyanates, and indoles basically, right? So the idea behind this is glucosinolate, which comes in cruciferous vegetables, is a very potent, bioactive, powerful component. So including cruciferous vegetables as part of your daily eating pattern, just like how 1 cup of berries every day, looking for anything from half a cup to 1 cup of cruciferous vegetables, anything of your choice. You can have a variety of them as part of your weekly routine. Could be a good experiment that you can try this upcoming week. Okay, so what are the dietary recommendations usually? As I mentioned, cruciferous vegetables, I cannot emphasize how important they are. Regular intake. I have some of my patients put kale inside their smoothie because they don't like the bitterness. So the sweet of the other fruits kind of mask the bitterness of the kale. So if you are someone who likes to see your smoothie as green, you can include it in your smoothie. Recommended servings is basically 4 to 5 servings of cruciferous vegetables per week. How can you get it? 1 serving every day, right? So that's, 1 serving every day. You can split it between your meals too. So if you like Brussels sprout, it's already available in HEB, already cut, prepped, and all of that. You can take how much ever you need, just saute it with a little bit of oil, garlic, ginger, and you can use it as part of your plate basically. So 4 to 5 servings is what is recommended, and have it every day as part of your eating pattern. Any questions here? Okay. Going a little deeper into those biochemical compounds, which is that glucosinolate, sulforaphane, indoles, the chemistry behind those. As I said, at a very higher level so that you can understand. So, glucosinolate is a sulfur containing compound, right, which is present in kale, in broccoli, in cabbage, in any of those crunchy varieties of greens that you like. And how does it get activated? When you chew, when you cut or chop your greens, that's when that glucosinolate gets released from the cells, and that's how it gets available for us to eat, okay, to eat and assimilate and digest. And when the glucosinolate breaks down, it becomes, isothiocyanate, indoles, and all of those have very high potential to prevent any cancer cell growth that might happen in any of our bodies, okay. So glucosinolate is that starting point. How does it get released? When you chew, when you chop your vegetables, it gets released, and there is another enzyme that actually binds to that glucosinolate, and that kind of leads to the production of isothiocyanate, indoles, and all those chemicals basically. So role of sulforaphane and indole 3 carbinol. As I mentioned, that sulforaphane and indole 3 carbinol, they need some enzymes to get into, your cells. That enzyme is called myronase, okay. It's actually present in mustard. If you like mustard, if you put a little bit of mustard on top of any of your greens, it actually adds that enzyme to it. It's there. It's there in minute amounts in each of the cruciferous vegetables. When you chew, right, that myronase kind of gets mixed with the glucosinolate, and it helps in start that cascade of chemical reactions in your body to actually activate the detoxification pathways and help your body eliminate carcinogens and reduce cancer risk. As I said, it also helps in, the cell cycle regulation, meaning, if there are cells that are, potential to develop into tumor, it actually prevents that abnormal cell growth and contributes to cancer cell prevention. Okay, so sulforaphane and indoles are potent components that are formed from glucosinolate. As I mentioned, antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effects of these compounds cannot be emphasized. It's Mother Nature's gift for us human beings to keep us healthy, to reduce the free radicals, to reduce any oxidative stress that are going on in your body, and reduce the damage to your cells and your DNA, right? It helps in reducing anti-inflammatory components too. What are some evidences available? After combing through studies and studies and studies, there are large scale studies that have analyzed dietary habits of populations, right, of thousands, of 10,000s and 100,000s of people, and they have come out with evidence that each of these components play a big role in impacting the positive health outcomes in human population. Higher intake of cruciferous vegetables is strongly linked to reduced cancer risk in many studies. If you Google for cruciferous vegetables research, you will get, millions of papers that have looked at the effect of cruciferous vegetables on reducing cancer risk, right? So These cruciferous vegetables have been shown to reduce the risk for colorectal cancer, lung cancer, and breast cancer. So those who have incorporated cruciferous vegetables as part of their eating pattern, 4 to 5 servings per week, research has shown that they have had very low risk of breast cancer or colorectal cancer. Even it reduces the risk of recurrence for us cancer survivors, right? So some of my patients ask, what if I take supplements, right? With supplement research, the outcomes or the results are mixed. There is no black and white answer there on if certain supplements that are rich in sulforaphane, that are rich in glucosinolate, which are available outside, right? Like a big bottle of broccoli sprouts powder costs around $70, right? You can actually buy how much broccoli and kale with that, right? So supplement effects, it's always mixed. However, dietary interventions are very, very strongly, strongly evidenced to show that influence on reducing cancer risk, right? So go always on food first and not rely on those supplements to get your glucosinolate, your sulforaphane. Okay. How does it influence different cancers? As I mentioned, apoptosis, meaning it actually triggers that programmed cell death for eliminating any cancer cells that might be wandering around in your body. It actually prevents that cell to, get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the cell cycle arrest that's happening there. And it has also been evidenced to inhibit any metastasis, right, that is happening in your body. So, include cruciferous vegetables as part of your eating pattern every single day, right? So you don't need, if you need more benefits, ask me and I'll tell you more benefits, okay? One more time, what are the recommendations? 4 to 5 servings per week. I am someone who believes in telling once, telling twice, telling thrice, because our brain needs multiple reiteration for to get it solidified in our brain. So 4 to 5 servings per week is recommended to get optimal cancer preventative effects. Preparation and cooking. Now, it has been shown, if you look at culinary research, it has been shown that cruciferous vegetables retain those antioxidant compounds, the glucosinolate, the indoles, the myronase, when you cook them mildly. Okay, so meaning not doing that high heat cooking. Steaming it, lightly sauteing it is enough to preserve the bioactive compounds and also to make them more bioavailable. Some of my patients ask me, can I eat it raw? Of course. Sometimes some of these vegetables, if you're able to eat it raw, that is best. But however, if you don't like eating them raw, lightly sauteing it is the best way to retain those active components in those cruciferous vegetables. Okay, so what are some of the mild cooking methods that you might use? Steaming? Yeah, and lightly sauteing, maybe putting it on low and making it just wilt is a way to use them too. Okay.
So eating those wonderfully fantastic charred Brussels sprouts are not quite the way to get all the benefits.
Yes.
Man, they're so good.
Yes. They take away almost, the only thing that will be left in that is basically fiber. That's all.
So that would go the same for grilling your vegetables.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
especially the cruciferous vegetables one, because that glucosinolate will
So it's best to steam them.
steam them or lightly exposed to heat, right? So that if you are using any garlic or ginger, for it to get incorporated, you can lightly saute it for 2 to 3 minutes and still be okay with it. But that charring, great question, Patty. It does retain the fiber, but those
Nothing else.
awesome compounds, they
Okay,
don't.
I just kept my servings down to probably one a week.
One a
And
week,
I
okay.
like them charred. I eat them charred a lot.
Yeah, which one
The
specifically?
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprout. You do have other options too. So Brussels sprout once a week, if you really enjoy eating them charred, you can eat them for the benefit of having fiber and put that check mark in there. Ah. So what is the upcoming research with regard to cruciferous vegetables and how you can personalize it? There is a lot of fantastic research coming up in nutrigenomics. Anybody heard about it? So each of us have DNA, right? When you do specific DNA labs, you can get insights into how your body is made up, meaning, what are the enzymes that are present in your body, how is your estrogen metabolism, how is your glucose insulin metabolism. There are a lot of insights that you can get when you do those DNA tests. These are not yet, available via insurance. The only ones that are available via insurance are those, BRCA tests, the high penetrance DNA tests, right? These are much more at the very, cellular level. Those are the nutrigenomics tests. So nutrigenomics is this wonderful area where you can understand how genes influence your nutrient absorption. Okay, so you can do some fun labs using nutrigenomics, and you can actually get personalized nutrigenetic profiles and see, how much intake of cruciferous vegetables you might need if you are someone who needs that personalized recommendation. But evidence has already suggested that 4 to 5 servings per week will give you all the benefits, right? And those glucosinolates, sulforaphane, they all play a key role in your estrogen metabolism, in testosterone metabolism. If there are any metabolites that are unneeded in your body, those compounds actually remove it from your body too, so that you don't have any, unneeded hormones wandering around in your body, right? So that's another plus if you want. So action for week: add up to 1 cup of cruciferous vegetables of your choice daily. Anything counts. As I said, half cup to 1 cup, anything counts. If I can take you through your handout, the first page, kind of the first block here, talks about what are the cruciferous vegetables. As we discussed, it includes broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprout, kale, arugula. And any of you tasted microgreens by any chance? Yeah, they are as potent, and they don't have the bitterness. They are very crunchy, right? So if you want to experiment this upcoming week, you can even buy microgreens. They are available in HEB, Costco. I don't know about Sam's, but I think HEB has arugula, they have broccoli, and then there is a mixed salad one too. There are 3 varieties in there. So cruciferous vegetables are those. They are packed with vitamins and minerals and have powerful health benefits. And I have outlined the benefits here: cancer prevention, heart health, and digestive health, and a small little explanation on how it will help each of those areas. And on the other side are 6 different ways for you to incorporate cruciferous vegetables, right? So you can choose one a day. Maybe for the upcoming week you can lightly roast broccoli and cauliflower, shredded Brussels sprout salad, or sauteed Brussels sprouts. Cauliflower rice is another way to incorporate it as part of your eating pattern. Don't use it as a replacement for rice. Rice is rice. Cauliflower rice is different. braised cabbage, arugula salad, sauteed kale. So those are some ways here. And I have one other way here today as part of the demo here. It's kale pesto pasta. In this recipe, kale is actually raw. I'm just going to use a small cute food processor here to make the pesto. And I did, for convenience, I did make pasta at home, and I used red lentil pasta. That is another plant-based pasta, and it has around 25 grams of plant protein. Can you imagine? In one serving, which is around 2 ounces, it has 14 grams of protein, 6 grams of dietary fiber. You can do a curious comparison. If you go to the grocery shop, take your normal pasta, take this pasta, and you decide for yourself which one you want, right? You do have red lentil pasta, there is yellow lentil pasta, there is chickpea pasta. So there is a lot of variety out there, and all of the lentil as well as chickpea pasta come very high in protein. I don't know about you. Sometimes I like eating pasta just by itself. And if I'm eating this pasta just by itself, I know that, there is fiber and there is protein in it, and my blood glucose levels are going to behave. They are not going to go up. Okay?
Does red lentil pasta taste like lentils, or is it?
You can taste it today. I have it already here. You can taste it today and let me know what's your verdict. I am open to hearing the verdict. So what does the recipe call for? 4 cups of chopped kale. HEB has already washed destemmed kale. Okay. So to keep my life easier, I bought them. I recommend, if you have resources, for the greens to buy organic, because it has much more potent compounds in there. So kale that's already washed and chopped. Have to make sure I don't fall. My cute little food processor. It is cute, isn't it? It says around 4 cups, and if you know me, I always eyeball it. I'm going to pack as much I can inside this. Okay, I think we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. That should be fine. And then 1/3 cup of olive oil. Where's my olive oil? I know where it 1/3 cup of olive oil. Olive oil is anti-inflammatory, has a lot of omega-3, is flavorful. So it's a key part of Mediterranean eating pattern. This is extra virgin. I think when we say olive oil, it's usually extra virgin. Sometimes maybe refined variety is available, but let's see.
The best to buy because when I'm looking, there's several different things. I always buy the extra virgin light is what I use. But I never used olive oil until I started these classes. And things like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
House is the best brand.
What is the best brand? I usually buy any brand that is in glass. No, it's available in a glass bottle because and dark colored, because olive oil will disintegrate when exposed to sunlight. But if it is dark colored, then you know that it's actually protected, right? Because we don't know how it gets transferred from where and all of that. So if it's available in a bottle and if it is dark colored bottle, I won't worry about the brand and look for extra virgin olive oil. There are a lot of nitty-gritties you can look at, single origin, which country it comes from, and all of that. But I usually spare myself about all of those details. The light one, yeah.
I didn't know, but I'm just saying, I always thought the lighter one. But they have the same size and everything in the dark. I just, nobody told me
that one, yeah. Dark bottle. So around 1/3 cup of olive oil. All your healthy fats, check mark. What else? 1 large is lemon zest. I did 1 large lemon zest already here for convenience. So olive oil done so that it doesn't spill, which I am famous for. Put it away. And 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. Oh my goodness, I can actually smell it here. 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 1 clove garlic. Make it easy on you. There is fresh cut everything in HEB. You don't have to go through the humbo jumbo of peeling. Yeah, so I'm going to put around 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? 4 is enough? Yeah, right? Huh?
No vampires for us.
What? I don't know. What does it
A
mean?
vampire, they're afraid of garlic.
Oh, is it? Oh, I did not know that. Okay. And then 1/4 cup of walnuts chopped. Already chopped walnuts. You now know how I cook in my kitchen. 1/4 cup of it. Yeah, that's a 1/4 cup. It's all about convenience, right? Who wants to be in the kitchen for more than 30 minutes? Even 30 minutes, sometimes my patience is gone. So, 1/4 cup of walnuts. Nobody has walnut allergies? Okay. You do? Oh my God. You're good? Okay. Thank you. I did not buy Parmesan because I was not, yes.
Can you not put some of your pesto on there so she can try the pasta?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I will not put the whole pasta. I'll leave something for you. Totally. You can put You can put grated Parmesan. If any one of you have milk allergy or lactose intolerance, nutritional yeast has the same flavor or similar flavor to cheese. It is very high in vitamin B12 too, so that's an option. I did not buy Parmesan just for that same reason. I did not know if anybody has lactose intolerance or anything like that. Salt and pepper. Salt, pepper, and then I don't know, I feel like I need to add some lemon too. What do you think? I did, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to 1 tablespoon, 1 large lemon. I did zest it, but I saved myself the trouble of squeezing it. So, how much do I put? Vitamin C, flavor, takes away the bitterness. I think that should be enough. Yeah, 3 tablespoons, fourth of a cup. Yeah. So that's it. Going to close it. Don't tell me it won't lock. Yeah, it did. Grind it to a smooth paste. I'm going to open it and see if it has smoothened enough. Give it a gentle mix. Can actually put more kale if you want. One more time. And then okay. Ready? So I'm going to save some lentils for you.
I like that you're showing us that it's okay to use like a convenience package product, because that's one thing that deters me from cooking healthy, because I talk about it. I'm like, okay, I don't have time for that, or this, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
But this way, it's okay to just chop up one and
Right.
I like that you're showing us that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that the way I cook feels doable to many of you, because as I said, I want to make healthy eating doable, fun, and that's what why is this not going in? That's what makes me feel excited about what I do. Right? Okay. Now I have the mixing bowl here. I'm going to leave. Now this, the red lentil pasta takes the same, it took about 6 minutes, 8 minutes in boiling water for it to become al dente, right? and it doesn't take a lot of time at all. You'll have a lot of pasta today to eat. I think evening we have 7. You get a lot today. Have some for you. And then mix in the pesto. And then you can put pine nuts too if you like to, right? You can make it with walnuts, with pine nuts. I, I, I like to think that cooking is not like baking. All respects to one of our divas here, but I like to be creative and, do a little, add variety to the recipe and not feel like, it'll turn totally not eatable. So feel free to put pine nuts. You can also add basil to this if you want to. The basil, it's available in cute little packets in HEB. You can add basil too. It'll have a totally different flavor to it, and you have that extra herb basil too. You can even, I think, put some dried oregano as you mix it in the food processor. So your creativity is the key, or there is no limit to how you can be creative. I don't like wasting my pesto. Okay. Then give it a nice stir. And there your kale pesto pasta is ready. You can add protein of your choice to it. Chicken, turkey, beans, chickpea. You can add anything to it if you want extra protein, which is always good too. You ready for tasting? Yeah, so there is kale pesto pasta. So to conclude our presentation today, cruciferous vegetables have very unique compounds, glucosinolate, that helps prevent cancer through the various biological mechanisms, meaning it's anti-inflammatory, it fights any oxidative stress going on in your body, it helps detoxification. So those are the biological mechanisms that the bioactive compounds in cruciferous vegetables target. Dietary benefits including 4 to 5 servings per week as part of your balanced eating pattern is evidence to promote long-term health benefits. And then there is ongoing research definitely happening on how to refine the usage of these vegetables for cancer prevention and for health. So thank you for coming. Hope you enjoy your red lentil kale pesto pasta today. And I'm here for any questions you have. And next week will be tofu. Thank you very much.